What's different about fighting in Mexico City for you?
Well, this is this is a huge event. I'm happy to be a part of it, and this event is kind of really tailored for me. Because of my Mexican descendancy. So it's kind of a big it's a big deal, and I feel like there's a certain energy in Mexico, and I know there's going to be. I know it's going to be electrifying. Once we're in the arena, it's going to be a whole different atmosphere and energy that we're going to feel.
All right, backtracking a little bit, you were an Ultimate Fighter 17, obviously. You went into that finale as the underdog, and people really didn't know much about you, and they considered it an upset against Uriah Hall, but you've just kept winning since. What do you attribute that to? How did you hit the UFC running, and how did you get off to such a great start?
Well, after winning the show, that really gave me a huge confidence boost, and I got a whole great group of team that helped me get there and believes in me, and we all believe in each other and believe that we can do great things if we really work hard and put our minds into it. So that's really where it comes from.
And Jake is one of your toughest opponents to date. What challenge does he present that's different than anyone you fought so far?
Well, he's probably one of the most experienced guys. He is the most experienced guy I've ever fought. He's been at the top for a very long time and fought some of the best guys in the world. So, in that aspect, he's got way, way more experience than I do. But I don't think that should affect too much. I just feel like in every aspect of the fight game, I can compete with some of the best guys in the world. So, the preparation for this fight was just like any other. Work hard and keep getting better.
Yeah, you're definitely working your way up through the division. Is the ranking something you keep an eye on? Because now you're at 11 according to UFC, but Jake is in the top 10. Is that something you're continuously mindful of? You're just trying to move up the rankings?
Absolutely. I'm continually trying to move up the ranks and prove myself, prove it to the world, prove it to the UFC that I belong in the top 10. So after this fight, the only way to move is up, and that's the plan.
The new call-out aspect of the UFC where people win and they're expected to immediately call someone out after the fight, is that something that you have to take into account? That, if I win, I have to call this person out, or I want to fight this person next. Is that something on your mind heading into the fight?
Not at all. My attention is 100% on Jake. So thinking ahead and thinking who I want to call out next would just be, idiotic of me to do. So I'm putting all my energy, all my focus on Jake Ellenberger.
And you're in one of the toughest divisions in the UFC. Obviously, there's a huge matchup coming up, Hendricks versus Lawler in a couple of months, or actually in a month. So do you usually keep an eye out on the division when you're not fighting or in between fights?
Absolutely, I do. I always watch out for everybody in my division, even the newcomers, the veterans, the champions. I keep my eye on everybody and compare myself to them. See, where I'm at. I've trained with George St. Pierre, I've trained with John Hendricks, and I've kind of been able to measure how I can compare to those guys, and I feel confident that I can hang with some of the best guys in the world.
What do you take away from camps like that, where you get to see these guys who've held titles and measure your skills directly against them? Is it something where you say, okay, I take this away from Hendricks, or I take this away from GSP? What is that experience like?
Well, they have a lot of things in common, especially the work ethic. The work ethic is superior. I've never seen anybody work as hard as George St. Pierre. And then when I went over to Johnny, he was just a workhorse as well. So the work ethic is what separates the champions from the not champions. So just gotta keep working hard and keep getting better.
Okay. As far as this fight's concerned, you've obviously won all your UFC fights already. Is getting a finish something that you concentrate on? Because before you hit the UFC, you had a ton of finishes. You never went to a decision. And then now you've had one in your 5 fights in the UFC. Or 4 fights, excuse me. Is a decision something that's in your mind? Is that something you're always aiming for in a fight? Or do you just go in looking to beat your opponent?
Absolutely not. I aim to finish every single fight. But we're in the UFC. I'm fighting some of the best guys in the world and some of the toughest guys in the world, and they're hard to finish. But if it was up to me, I'd go in there and finish it in the first round. And I feel like for this fight, I need to get finished to prove to everybody, to make a statement and get my name up there in the top 10.
What does it mean for you fighting in Mexico? It's a huge card, huge fan base. Obviously, having that portion be very dear to you. What does it mean going back there and fighting in front of those fans?
Oh, it's I couldn't be more happy. I couldn't be more excited. And I couldn't be more honored to be, a part of this historic event. Really, it's the first time the UFC goes to Mexico, and I get to be, the co-main event and apart from all that, this is the biggest fight of my life. So it's a huge deal for the UFC, and it's a huge deal for me, So I'm just honored and blessed and happy, I'm extremely happy.
No, sounds great, man. Want to wish you the best of luck. We'll all be watching. And enjoy this week. Enjoy the weight cut. Enjoy final preparations, man. Thank you.
I'm not sure I'll enjoy a weight cut.
No one ever does. No one ever does.
Yeah.
All right, man. Can't wait to see the fight this weekend.
Thanks, Cal.